Okay, I'm in Fredericton here by the Walking Trail Bridge and the Senatapa. So here we go. What's your name?
I'm Don Chapman.
And you are?
Well, I'm from Vancouver, and I'm the head of the Lost Canadian group in Canada.
Lost Canadian, what's that?
There were some very discriminatory laws written 141 years ago, and it was kind of the first identifying moments of what is a Canadian. But it was written by the British, and word for word it stated married women, minors, lunatics, and idiots will be classified under the same disability for their national status. And Canada, this peace, order, good government, fairness, compassion, and human rights country, took only 141 years to get that off the books.
So you are a Lost Canadian?
I'm a Lost Canadian, yes. I was stripped of my citizenship when I was 6.5 years old.
6.5. So how did that happen? Your father is from?
Well, my father's from Canada, so is my mother. These laws, there's no way you're going to make sense.
They're born in Canada?
Yes, both my parents. I was born in Canada. Had I been born outside of Canada, I'd be Canadian.
So how can they strip you from?
The best way to answer that is go to my webpage, which is lostcanadian.com.
No, but I'm confused.
Everybody will be confused. These are very confusing laws.
So, I mean, if your parents are Canadians and you're born in Canada...
You would think, logically, that you'd be Canadian. But in fact, had I been born outside of Canada, I would be Canadian, and so would my children. Because I was born in Canada, I'm not or was not Canadian. Again, don't try to make sense. It'll only confuse you. The best way, go to the webpage and read about it, or go to CBC Lost Canadians in Google and Google their page, and they try to make some sense out of this.
Can you make it short? Can you explain what's...
Yes, that we have discriminatory laws in the books, and they pop whenever you discriminate and have immoral laws in the books. It rears its ugly head in ways that are unimaginable and don't make sense, because see, it doesn't make sense to discriminate, and
can the government strip me from being a
they could
Canadian?
strip anybody from citizenship. Now, these laws were corrected this last April, but this government has left quite a few people out, meaning about 81 people have been left behind. There were more than that. Some of them died waiting for citizenship. And I'm trying to finish this portfolio by getting the last remaining 81 people into Canada. I mean, I'm an airline pilot by profession. If I landed as the pilot and I had 81 passengers in my airplane and we landed on the Hudson River, I don't think it would be very innate for me to be the last guy or the first guy off the plane. So I'm fighting for my passengers, or I'm fighting for my last remaining lost.
How old are you?
I'm 55.
55. So for 40 years you worked in Canada, and you were a Canadian.
Well, I lost my citizenship when I was 6.5.
Yeah. So how could you pay income tax, or...
I didn't.
You didn't?
I wasn't living here.
You weren't living here?
No, I wasn't welcome here.
You weren't welcome here?
It was my own country, but I wasn't welcome in my own country.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's 80 other people like that?
Well, there are 81 left. It turns out when you go back to the numbers, we don't really know. It could be between 500,000 and 1 million people. My guess is it's probably closer to 750,000 and maybe even higher than that.
So a bureaucrat could just strip you off your citizenship?
It wasn't a bureaucrat. He was following the law.
The law. And the law is?
The law stated married women, minors, lunatics, and idiots up until 1947. Then it gave women the rights of citizenship, but with far less rights than men. So now we had minors, lunatics, and idiots, and the law was very, very discriminatory against women.
So what did your parents say when you were stripped off your...
Well, it's not a matter of my parents, it's everybody. I mean, a lot of people were appalled.
Well, were your parents
There
upset?
were people in Parliament that weren't Canadians.
But were your parents upset when they said your son is no longer Canadian?
No, I mean, they too, they became American citizens. But there were lots of people who unknowingly lost their citizenship.
Really? Interesting. What's that website again?
lostcanadian.com.
Thank you.
Thank you.